You listen to yourself, Conorhughes. I'm glad you're raising those criticals. That's what you sound like right now.
I also wonder if what method it arrives at the rolls. Like, is it using the Swedish Roll20 method, or is it using the D&D Beyond method?
Whoa, is that me?
Right. I think it's a fair question.
It's definitely rolling on D&D Beyond, not in Roll20.
You think?
Yeah, otherwise it couldn't hide the rules like it does for monsters.
Maybe.
Also, if you have it clicked, your dice will roll on your character sheet on the D&D Beyond.
Incredible.
Really? I thought it wouldn't do that because it wasn't rolling there.
It did it for me on Sunday.
Okay. Like right now I have dice rolling enabled, but if I do the one that'll transfer over, it
I think you have a
transfer.
plug-in for it though.
Plugin.
Sorry.
We're getting the second opinion over here. The plugin you
Why are
need.
you looking at me like that?
Hey, Tice. Howdy.
Are we ready to actually get started, or?
Sure. Yeah.
You sure?
I believe we're rolling. The camera's rolling anyway.
Well, I mean, the camera has been rolling, but it seems like there's things you want to do, so.
Like?
I don't know. Are we good? We're good to get started then.
We're go.
Oh, yeah.
We're go.
Oh, then that's where we're at. Welcome, friends. This is the 18th episode of Corsairport in the 3rd season of On the Tabletop. It's been a long week and it's only Tuesday. Tabletop RPG world has been rocked by assault scandals. It sounds like the comics world and the art world are equally taking that. Game developer, Twitch staff hiding accusations. So it's really just been an incredible 48 hours up to this point. People that I like and respect and have followed for years, credibly accused, basically admitted to it, actually. So it's just incredibly tiring. That's on top of everything else. Plus, the Arctic Circle is on fire. Just in case you haven't caught up on that, the Arctic Circle's about 30 degrees warmer than it should be, and it's on fire. And I don't know if you know about the Arctic Circle, but they call it the Arctic Circle because it's frozen. And when frozen things are on fire, I get concerned, or I just ordered a really neat drink at the bar. So
what drink did you order?
there are numerous drinks where you can have them set a frozen drink on fire. It's bitchin' as hell, but you have to have that proofed alcohol.
They have that Everclear, right?
The only other time I can think of setting frozen things on fire is if you were to dump a turkey in a deep fryer before it was fully thawed.
What about fried ice cream?
Fried ice cream is not on fire.
Sometimes they flambe the sugar on top.
That I'll buy that. I mean, you can flambe anything really, and it has nothing to do. I mean, when you flambe,
But it's a frozen thing on fire.
It's never really on fire. It has fire applied to it, in a way.
It's briefly on fire.
If you were to take the flambe torch away, it would not continue to smoke and flame. Is the problem?
It's like how in 5e there's no surprise round. It's you get a surprise condition.
Thank you for that, Jeremy fucking Crawford. Jesus. Wow.
One day I'll get my camera set over here.
Did you know that that's Jeremy Crawford's fucking opinion and shows up nowhere in the rules? So as far as it's canon, it's still not in a goddamn book. So
really? Is it one of those like things where he tweeted it out and now it's like canon?
Now it's his canon. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. So let me run down what's going on with my stream right now. There is a poll out. I'm gonna link it in chat just in case you haven't filled it out. It'll also be in the description section on YouTube beneath the skip intro button. Please consider filling it out. It gives me some basic information about when you started watching the show, what your favorite cast members are, what your favorite shows are, and what you're looking forward to seeing. Now, there was one question on there I really should have added but didn't in regards to 4-hour shows versus 2-hour shows and intros versus no intros, but that's a different ball game. I think that might be a whole separate poll. Number 2, tomorrow is a new show starting, Cyberpunk 2020, aka 2020 plus is the name of the actual show.
Looking forward to that, man.
You would look forward to it.
Yeah. So you're not doing this strike, this blackout?
I don't know what this blackout is.
Okay, I didn't know either, but Tice mentioned
I
it. So.
have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, it's Gizmo and Hanley on that show, right?
Gizmo, Henley, Sputnik, Drummer Boy, and Refashionista, who is Sputnik's wife.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it sounds fun. We gotta get a little bit of knowing what's going on with that show. Like, what's any of the premise, or
no.
Save it all for tomorrow?
It's everything you want to know about it is linked in the pin section on Discord.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Finally, Battletech, A Time of Total Warfare is returning on Thursday. So we got that happening. We'll be wrapping up season 4 and then figuring out where to go from there. Who knows? Nowadays, I don't make any assumptions about anything. Everything is quicksand at all the times. Every time. This weekend, I've got my whole basement being repainted, the ceilings being repainted, and the bathroom is being redone. And maybe they're pulling out some drywall in order to get at theoretical mold. It's not clear if there actually is mold there or not. They're just going to go ahead and use some sort of equipment to take a look tomorrow. So that's it. Fate Grand Order just released its biggest upgrade ever. It's something like 4.5 gigabytes. It takes it from Unity 5 to Unity 2018, and there are no more loading screens. The loading screens are instant, and the new content drops, so that's fucking amazing. Everything is great now, with one exception, is that it automatically tries to tell you what you should use in the upcoming fight, and I'm always going, no, I want to use a Berserker. I want to use a thing that's good against everybody. And they're like, no, you're fighting a Saber. You should use an Archer. And I'm like, no, I'll use a Berserker thing. That's it. That's what I got. That's a lot of stuff. robSHEPart, you seem busy drawing a man with a shield and a gun.
Gonna do a new shot of Gizmo tonight.
I have a small concern.
Yeah.
It might just be the angle I'm viewing this from. That gun device does not, the right hand part of it, well, I suppose it would actually be left hand on viewing, but right hand to us. It seems as if it's bowed slightly rather than a straight line. Yes, that one.
I wouldn't doubt that, because
okay.
I mean, it's just, as you can see, they're just scribble lines at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it was Connor, I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It could be some kind of force perspective type thing.
There is a little bit of force perspective, but I haven't even gotten far enough to draw the hand or anything else. It's all for positioning right now. All I know is that the hand can go right there and it'll look okay. I got the bicep there. That'll be all right. The shoulder there. Most of it's obscured by the forearm. So stuff like that.
How's your week been, Rob?
Yeah.
You been up to anything good?
No, I've done a little bit on my Patreon project. So I've just got the I've got like the outline of the elements I need to create. I know about roughly how big the village is going to be.
Well, how many elements are we talking? Like 4 elements, like earth, water, fire.
No, I'm talking about. I'm going to.
No, I get it. Yeah, cadmium, osmantium, einsteinium. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. Sorry, if I say assets, what's your response?
Listen, I knew what you were trying to say, but I wanted to get a cheap joke in.
So yeah, that worked. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. Working on planning the assets, and I'll be drawing the map of the village. I've got the population, the relative demographics, all that kind of stuff, which no one will care about except for me, but it was fun to do.
No, I have to tell you that people who observe that kind of stuff love that information, even if they never, ever, 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 ever use it. There are people who fucking love going through descriptions of towns and being like, oh my god, this is great. There are 4 butchers in this town.
Yeah, I'm going to, for folks who care about that kind of stuff, it's a village, so there's roughly a population of 650 plus. And there has to be, well, there doesn't have to be, I still have to look into this, but so far there's like 327 farmers. I'm going to figure out how big a farm has to be, for all those farms to support the village. And so my map will be as accurate as I can make it to a village that would be self-sufficient or close to self-sufficient based on the population. So, and it's going to be a mining and a farming town. They're going to export their resources to the realm for the king. It's a town that's commissioned by the king to do exactly that, mine the silver and all kinds of cool stuff. And then I'm going to populate with the NPCs and add some adventures to it. So it's going to be basically a sandbox with all kinds of hooks that you can take it, any direction you want to go. So that's what I've been doing. Cotton, what have you been doing?
Nothing.
Oh. Old.
Yeah, I haven't been doing much. Oh, I smoked some prime ribs for Father's Day with my dad.
Nice. That's a good Father's Day.
Folks, sounds yummy.
You have a smoker?
My dad has a smoker. He's got a Traeger grill.
Sweet.
So how many hours did you have to smoke it?
2.5. But we're going to try the 5-hour one next time.
Yeah, that's fast.
They came out a little bit tough, probably because we did it fast, because we wanted to eat them for lunch instead of supper. But next time we're going to try the it's like 5.5 hours or 6 hours.
I agree, Kat.
Was that the cat?
She just jumped out of nowhere. I don't even know where she was.
On my desk, on my chair.
Oh. That's all from me. We can go to Connor now.
I actually have a Father's Day story I want to interject here. My local neighborhood, they do all the ladies of the area get together and made gift baskets for all of the dads, and some woman just showed up at my front door and was like, I'm gonna bring a gift basket for you for Father's Day later. And I was like, well, my dad's dead and I'm not a father. And she was like, yes, I know, but I wanted to do it for you. And I was like, okay. So when she handed it over to me, I said something like, thank you, I am truly unworthy of this gift, or something like that. I thought I was the funniest in the world, and I don't think she liked that. But I did get some pretzels and some alcohol out of it, so that's what you get. Conorhughes, how was your Father's Day?
Pretty good. We went to the park, and my daughter got to see some ducks and some deer and all kinds of little animals and some reasonably sized bigger animals. And yeah, it was a nice day. Very relaxing. I did not get to smoke things. That would have been nice. Maybe sometime in the future.
I mean, what are you trying to smoke, brother?
Meats, like as
Yeah,
has already been established.
Jesus Christ, Connor. What kinds of... Oh my God. What do you think I'm trying to entrap you here? All right, boys, we got him. He said he smoked marijuana one time. Get him.
Hey, we're still waiting for that legality here in Jersey.
Give me a fucking break. Smoke garlic bread? Can you do that? I mean, I guess you could smoke anything. You could add liquid smoke to anything.
Ando and I were watching a show and they smoked a cheesecake on it.
Well,
I talked about smoking a cheesecake.
That sounds awful.
I was very intrigued.
That would lack the basic level of flavor that I would want. Ever.
I'm just saying. He talked about smoking anything.
Yeah. Okay. Connor, what kind of meats were you talking about when you smoke things?
I don't really have, having never thought about it, I don't have an opinion. I will smoke whatever's handy. Okay, Connor,
What kind of meat do you normally like to eat?
Indiscriminately. I mean, we just have chicken most of the time. But if I were going to
why even bother smoking chicken? Like, why?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's some basic white protein ass shit. You just add some ketchup to it and you're done.
Ketchup
and chicken? Really? You're not into that? Mustard and chicken? Listen, I'm not gonna go through the list of every single sauce that you can add to a chicken.
Are we talking like breaded chicken? Because that's different. That's a different category.
Like you can eat non-breaded chicken with ketchup. It's just regular ass chicken with ketchup.
I just wouldn't do that. Like, I don't know.
Okay, but you can do that.
Yes,
it's possible.
I certainly do not dispute that fact.
Oh
I just question how good of an idea it might be. But fair enough.
Okay.
Look, I don't know. I mean, sausage. I guess people smoke sausages. That'd be good.
People do smoke sausages, Connor. That's one of the most basic fundamentals of smoking things.
Sure.
It's the long-term survival of sausage, which isn't particularly long-term.
We smoked a turkey to test it for Thanksgiving once, and it was super good.
That sounds good.
Excellent. I mean, that's a basic.
A friend of mine hunts out in New Mexico, and he, I think he will smoke what he catches. So I guess that's venison. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I could think about smoking venison. That's not terrible.
Yeah. He hunts with bows and arrows. At least when he did hunt.
It has nothing to do with smoking things, but my dad once got a hold of black bear meat and he made it into jerky and it was super good.
That seems like that would be a tough one to find.
It's the first time I ever ate bear. And it's good in jerky form.
Is it particularly different from any other meat?
It's very fatty.
Okay.
At least that bear was.
Right. There's a chubby bear. Yeah, so that's just a quiet week over here. That's about it for me.
Okay.
Drawing this stout dwarf fellow. At some point, I'll try and maybe put another character next to him and say how much bigger this guy is than all of us. He's just beating us up on us, and he's just a big bully. I would say.
On you, jeez.
What do you call it? What do you call what he did to Ashe? I call that beating up on somebody.
Well, that happened to Ashe in the surprise round.
So during the surprise condition that he experienced.
Surprise round, sir. I do not accept Jeremy Crawford as the end-all game. Chris Perkins is who I go to. Okay, Chris Perkins. Jeremy Crawford, my ass. All right, I don't like what he did with Acquisitions Incorporated. Chris Perkins is my game master. Jeremy Crawford is a pretender to the throne. Hashtag not my game master.
I've never really been bothered by either. I mean, Jeremy Crawford seems like a pretty reasonable fellow to me when I watch the
reasonable fellow to me.
I do like Chris Perkins though. He seems like a chill dude. I think he was doing some like a celebrity D&D thing.
Yeah,
on
he was
YouTube.
running a celebrity D&D thing the other day. Streamed it on Twitch. Karen Gillan and
the guy from Stranger Things,
super handsome guy, and the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize super handsome guy. I figured
super handsome guy's in a bunch of stuff.
But didn't recognize it at all. No.
I bet you if I went and looked up what his name was, because I don't remember what it is. Maybe it's Brandon Routh.
I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna look.
Really? He's back?
Yeah. He was Superman.
Well, there's been a few Supermans.
Okay, but he was the good Superman, which is pretty tough because there's been plenty of bad ones.
Christopher Reeves is the good Superman.
He's Superman in Superman Returns. He's Superman on the Arrowverse, so the CW. He had a recurring role on Chuck as Daniel Shaw.
Never saw any of these
things. He was
things.
in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I didn't actually watch that, but I read the books.
Oh my god, you're right. You've never seen anything that this guy is in. I'm trying really hard here.
It's fine. I can, you know.
I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna care, right?
He'll care. I care.
He's not gonna be like,
He'll care.
Connor didn't know me.
He's on Will and Grace for one episode.
I have seen Will and Grace, but possibly
he was on Cold Case for one episode. He was in the Christina Aguilera music video, What a Girl Wants. I didn't know that.
I may have seen that video at some point.
What's his name again?
Brandon Routh. He is in Magic the Gathering Arena as Ral Zarek. I don't know who that is. All right, I'm done. I can't keep doing this.
And there was another person, right?
Yes, there were 5 people, so I just don't remember who they all were.
Sure, fair enough, yeah. Clearly, I don't either, so... I hardly expected you to have a,
encyclopedic knowledge. I'm not Grimdark James, so...
Precisely.
Sorry, I can't lay out those ground truths for you at all
That
times.
guy's Adam.
Adam what?
Adam.
From the Arrow.
Arrow.
Yes, he also, after he was on the Arrow as Superman, he returned to The Flash as Adam and Legends of Tomorrow, which I guess is where they have that shitty show where they travel through time committing time crime and solving time crime.
I used to watch the Arrow a lot, but
Then it got terrible.
they should have ended it sooner. I think they were running out of
4
material.
seasons sooner.
I didn't watch all of it.
The
I got
thing
to
about
the
the
point
Arrow
where
was it was better when he was like this murderous killer dude. And then they're like, all right, well, now he's not a murderous killer. But then he's always like, I'm so sad. I could really solve all of my problems if I would just kill people. If I was to kill this guy, he would never bother me again. I'm so sad. I'm going to cry about it for 2 whole episodes.
I think he retired and unretired like 3 times.
I don't know. The Flash.
Adam was cool in the Arrow though.
The Flash and the Arrow both went on for too many seasons. It got rough. All right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Now, for me, all the
All
pop
right,
culture
good.
stuff that I've been checking out this week has been stuff you mentioned at the beginning of the week, and I don't think we need to go into that anymore.
So just all of the horrible, terrible reveals across the industry. Got it.
Yeah, it's really bad.
All
It's
right.
crazy.
Well, the final thing I have to mention is if you like space engineer or breaking apart starships using the power of lasers, Hard Space Shipbreaker is amazing, and I have a bunch of streams of it up on YouTube, so maybe check it out. It's feels so good to just rip all of the armor panels off and gravity throw them into a processor all at the same time, like watching half of a ship pull apart majestically and float. And then there's all those times where I try to pull like a fire barrel out of the back end of the ship, and then the whole ship explodes in flames and I die, and then it's like, well, you've been cloned, but everything you destroyed you have to pay for it. That part sucks. Previously on this show, you all were getting your ass beat. Specifically, Ashe was getting his ass beat. Nobody else got their ass beat. To remind you specifically what's happening, your mule, whose name is Miriam, Greta. I have no idea why I went with those other words.
Yeah, that was pretty
Greta
random.
is not dead, but she has started dying.
Yep.
Lyra Fulbright, you are riding on a horse behind the saddle, behind Ashe. I believe you said what you were going to do was
I'm gonna call lightning.
Yeah, was to use the power of Call Lightning.
Yep.
Ashe dual class as a punching bag. Yes, he's definitely the Nero of this stream for sure.
I'll cast it at 3rd level, and I'll use my thing to do all the damage.
It wouldn't be bad, Tice, if I, for once, actually had my armor. Last 2 combats, he has been just going in commando, so to speak.
Wow. Wow. Wow, Connor. I learned a lot about Ashe that I didn't want to know.
So it's
I
Dex
said so to
is
speak.
13.
Okay, what's the save type?
Dex.
Did that work? It did work.
Rolled a 4.
That's true.
So he takes 30 damage.
So
Lightning.
you're maximizing that damage?
I am maximizing that damage.
Very well. Now let me see here. I actually get to roll a second time. 11 will still fail. All right. You hit this guy with a lightning bolt using Call Lightning, and it hurts a lot. He screams as his beard catches fire.
I'm gonna yell, "Stay away from my friends, you overgrown dwarf."
That's true.
All right. What language do you say that in?
Oh, probably just common.
Okay. So you conjure up a storm cloud directly above this guy. Let me go get a storm cloud tracker. Area of effect templates. Let's
It's
say
probably gonna have to be like behind him a little bit because I think it's got a big area.
yes,
of
it has a
effect.
10-foot radius. So you want to put it here?
Yeah.
Okay. Lightning comes out, rolls over him. Just so Chad isn't confused, when I said Nero getting the kicked out of them, the last episode of Warhammer 40k, Nero nearly died for like the 3rd time in a row. He's always dying. He's the dwarf. Move 2 back. How do I do this? Yes, 2 back. There we go. Gizmo, you are trapped underneath your horse, whose name is not Miriam. It's not
Greta.
Miranda either. You just
Greta.
said it and I can't remember. Greta.
Definitely Greta.
I'm casting Thunderwave.
I see.
Does you have to get out from underneath the Greta?
No?
Okay.
I can cast with my hands. So Thunderwave has a chance of pushing things out of the way 15 feet.
Yes. Thunderwave will also hit Greta.
That's all right.
I think that'll mean.
Wow.
That means,
Okay.
That's okay.
does that mean 2 failed death saves?
No, it's just this is the first one.
Okay.
right.
Let's see here. What's the save on this? Con save?
Con save. And where's my actual roll to use it?
18.
Cast spell. There it is.
High defense level. 18.
What happened? I didn't see it.
So it takes 7 points of damage and isn't pushed.
Well, it was a try.
The great news for you though is that Greta's body goes ragdoll, and flies into and around this guy. She gets force off of you as you do that in the process.
I'll take it.
He just kind of pushes Greta's now broken body, because again, he's cast an area spell on your own hordes. Sorry, Connor. Mule.
Donkey.
Donkey. Whatever.
Lesser steed.
Ash?
Right, and then
Oh, no,
I am
please go.
going to. I was just going to say the cunning action, and I'm going to dash away.
All right. Well, you have to stand up first, which takes up half of your.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I get 25 after that, right? Because dash is double.
No, dash just lets you move your speed. Oh, you're going to take your actual movement in the process as well.
Yeah. So actually, hold on. Let me think.
Okay,
about
so
this.
that's
I'm
you'll
gonna disengage first.
Are you using your cunning action to disengage then?
I think I probably should. Yeah.
Okay, and then you stand up and move half your speed away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there with you now, because I was going to walk you through the fact that you're going to get your ass beat at some point.
Yep. So now I can do half my move. Wait. So do I get like 15? I mean, my move is 25. So how far do I get to go?
So I'll give you 15. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you, after having launched your steed, velocity cannon style, scramble backwards in a way that makes it so this guy can't swing a hammer at you. I mean, probably he does swing the hammer, but you roll out of the way as the Badlands sand and tiny rocks launch into the air at the hammer's impact. It's like the bad guy from the first Thor movie. Everything's just exploding everywhere he hits. And you roll back. You're good now. Even if your steed is not. Ashe Heiral. Echo is like, what the fuck is Gizmo doing? He can't just treat his mount like that. Ashe, we need to have a serious talk, but there's only 6 seconds of dialogue. You can tell that this is going to be part of a longer conversation.
Ashe is definitely more concerned at the moment with this towering dwarf.
Not the fifth party member who's dying. Got it. I understand.
Well, he will rush to that donkey's aid very soon.
I see. If it was Lyra or Gizmo, your first priority would be to get them up. But if it's Greta, the mule, not so much.
I mean, I suppose it depends on what this dwarf is looking like. What? How damaged does he look?
That's a great question. Why don't you make a medicine check?
Okay. Fine. I got 3.
Okay. He's probably nearly dead.
Okay,
Grievously wounded. I mean, he got hit by a lightning bolt and then a wave of thunder. There's no way anyone can survive that kind
how
of shit.
much can he really take? This guy's
exactly.
probably just a sissy. So I'm going to try and finish him off with a guiding bolt.
Absolutely.
Level 2. Let's see if this is actually going to appear. This guy has like some crazy AC, so I have kind of a little faith that this is going to work. Anyway, let's roll. 21.
That'll hit.
16 damage.
Okay. He's now glowing as well, surrounded by the shining light.
And let's see. How far is he from where we are? So Ashe, we will move like here.
I see.
I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Hey, we're just going to move a little bit. Oh wait, no, actually. No, I'm going to. Sorry, can I cancel that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use. I'm going to Echo is going to trampling charge this. Durgar.
Okay.
So let's see. I have to get up Echo. Where are you, Echo? My character sheet. All right, here we go. Trampling charge. Target must succeed on a DC 14 saving throw. So actually, a pretty high chance. This guy beat that.
Nope.
Wow. And so now he is knocked prone. And now I can attack with the...
You have to hit with the hooves action before this ever takes place.
Okay. I will do that then.
Yes. Trampling charge requires you to hit before you make this roll.
Okay, got 19.
That will not hit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You go, she charges, she gets her hooves up, and she slams her hooves down onto his plate mail and clanks off of them. Her hooves split in a V, and her head ends up awkwardly slamming into its chest, and then she slides down it and she backs up. For you guys, it is just a jerky ride. It feels awful to be part of this. Lyra, there's no saddle. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to keep from being... Or animal handling to keep from being tossed from this horse.
Animal handling or dex?
Animal handling.
Can I assist her in that?
In what way will you assist her?
Well, at this point...
You gonna physically
Echo,
hold on to her?
Echo is doing the action, so Ashe can have a arm around back and be holding her. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you need your arms free to cast your spell.
Okay. Then the other way he would be. I mean.
No, I'll buy that. You know what? I'll buy it, Connor.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
Thank you.
Sure, you could take advantage on this animal handling. No.
That's one.
Yeah, that's definitely a no. Also a no.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
So
I am not bad at this either, for the record.
you have a +2.
You have a +2.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's terrible.
My dex is 0.
You take 3 points of damage and you land prone behind Echo. For you have no idea what's happening. You're charging forward. Ashe reaches back to get a hand on you, and you're like, "What's happening?" And then the whole horse reels back, slams down onto this guy, and fails, and just flumps down. Her butt is in the air. Her head is now being pushed towards the ground. You're on the ground. It's the middle of the night. You're rolling around with your spider goggles. Shit is weird. This man turns to look at Greta with tears rolling down his face as he puts a hand on the side of Greta and then turns in a rage towards Ashe and says something in Undercommon before bringing the hammer down. What's your armor class right now?
Oh, it's excellent. It is a very fine armor class. So both of those hit. And that.
Okay, you're gonna get hit 3 times.
Yeah, Ashe is going down.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's not too late,
Yeah.
the horse's attack
Yeah.
had advantage.
From.
Guiding bolt.
That's true.
So can I roll that again?
Yes.
All right.
No,
Didn't
wait,
you get
it
to
already rolled.
1925?
It
It's a
already
25.
rolled. So it will hit for 13 points of damage, and he will be knocked over.
Okay, in that case, I will move the horse and Ashe away.
You still have that much movement?
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
60 movement.
Okay. I mean, he's going to take his reaction attack to hit the horse.
Does he have a reaction attack when prone?
Yes. Why would you not? And
He's like on the ground.
he would have a
flopping around?
26 and a 20, so a 20, I believe, would definitely hit the horse and will almost certainly hit you as well.
Well, Ashe is still taking the hits.
Correct. So you're going to take a hit then.
Yeah, I'll take both hits.
Okay. I mean, there's only... So, listen. Let me be clear. There's a 26 and a 20 already on the table. That is his reaction attack against you, which will hit.
Yes.
That is non-contestable.
Sounds
So
good.
let's see here. You take 19 points of damage
Okay.
as you use your body to defend your horse. All right, now he's going to stand up and move half of his movement speed to chase Ashe, which he does. And then he's using that 23 to hit, which I already rolled, which is the first of 3 attacks to hit Ashe. For 29 points of damage.
All right, Ashe is down.
All right, Ashe, as you go down, you are screaming in psychic pain as your brain is splitting open from the ripping of the hammer. The hammer causes you intense mental fatigue. Now that you're down, he's going to make 2 attacks on Echo, assuming Echo survives the first one.
Okay.
Okay. 24 to hit Echo.
Yeah, that probably hits.
Yeah. Yes, it definitely does. 26 points of damage. Also puts
Right.
Echo down.
Let
Yes.
me check that.
Yeah. Echo has
I don't know
19
about-
hit points.
Okay, yes. So what happens does Echo just like disappear, or does she also have a death saving throw?
Well, she doesn't die, so
Or is she a constant? No, she's not a concentration spell.
when the steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical form.
Okay.
So you and your saddlebags drop to the ground where her body was. You
I thought we
float
established
down.
I didn't have saddlebags.
Then
Just saddle.
you established multiple times with me you did have saddlebags
I thought you contested that. Fair enough.
because you wanted a way to carry cargo on the horse.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. The picture doesn't have saddlebags, so I'll buy that. No saddlebags. It's just you hitting the ground alone.
Okay. Is that one death saving throw?
For you?
Ashe.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not enough damage to hurt you. And now he's going to... Oh, he can't move anywhere. All right. So Echo's gone. He's banished to the GM layer. Now he's going to take a hit on Ashe. So this is a at advantage because you're prone. And if he hits, there's no damage. You just take 2 death saving throws.
Okay.
Wow, that
Paper hits.
just went ahead and rolled it, I guess. Yeah.
25 damage.
That does make things easier, but it doesn't hide the roll like it says it's supposed to. So I don't know what to take
Did
about
you
that.
set it to whisper?
I set it to never whisper. But you can see at the top, mine doesn't tell you what the roll types are or anything like that. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just go with that. You take damage.
Yes, I do.
That's critical hit. Now, what is your total hit points?
84.
Okay, so 25 damage does not overkill you. You have 2 death saving throws. Lyra Fulbright, things have happened. You've lost 3 hit points. I believe you need to make a concentration spell to hold Call Lightning.
I do.
You
I
just need to
took
make
3
a,
damage.
You need to make a 10.
Is she within 10? Does my
Yes, your
aura?
aura is still auraing her.
Hell yeah. You get a +3 on that.
Did it roll?
Not yet.
No.
No.
On top of your already pluses.
Hold on, I'm trying to make it roll on the thingy.
Okay, you got an
Got
18.
5. Oh, an 18. I'll roll
First one
twice.
was 18.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll take the first one. You succeed. You are prone. You are in the dust and dirt. It's like a purplish powder that's in your face now. You're like, "Pah, ugh, pah." The horse you were riding is gone. Ashe is dying. And your lightning column, if you don't move it, is going to absolutely kill Greta.
But I have to make the lightning take an action to cast the lightning.
Oh, my bad then. Your lightning could kill Greta if you were to accidentally call lightning on her.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, it would be bad.
I guess to prevent that, I'll just move my call lightning over here.
I haven't seen anything Connor has drawn so far. I've been so busy running a game, I haven't seen any of it.
I'll show you.
It's fine. No, I'm going back to Shep. We'll come back to that now.
I'm gonna stand up and then take my movement here to cast Cure Wounds on Ashe.
Okay.
So I'm back in the game.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
3rd level, 21 healing. That's not terrible.
All right. Are we doing like this
Does
that
that
exhaustion
lightning-
thing? No.
Does that lightning doing damage to the?
I can't because I used my action to cast Cure Wounds.
Gotcha. Okay.
You got to
Understood.
babysit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got 20 rooms.
My plan was actually to get Greta back up. But I don't think I can cast a spell even if it's a bonus action if I were to cast a spell. Right?
Yes.
You can cast a cantrip.
You can cast
It's not a cantrip, it's Healing Word.
You can't cast that then. You can only cast 1 spell and 1 cantrip per turn.
Alright, that's it then.
Gizmo, Greta is continuing to bleed out. She will expire shortly without immediate aid. Ashe also bleeding out, not expiring.
Not
Echo
bleeding out anymore.
previously expired. What do you want to do?
I know what I want to do, but I know what I'm going to do instead. So I'm going to move over next to Greta. 15, 20, 25. But I'm going to shoot the guy in the back. So first shot. Yay. I'm going to do sneak attack. That's not a critical roll, but critical damage. Is that what it is? Anyway, and then sneak attack damage. So 14 total. I can't hear you.
He collapses to the ground exhausted. He's trying to hold himself up using his hammer. Like the hammer part is down and he's trying to pull himself back up, but he's so tired from all of the beatdowns and electrocutions, and now you shot him in the back and he just what else you want to do?
Let's see. I can't cast anything with a bonus, so second shot.
All right, this will absolutely kill him if it hits, and you get advantage on it. Surprisingly, you do not hit him. It deflects off of the rounded plates of his armor.
All right, that's all I got.
Ashe Heiral, you're prone. You taste bitter defeat. Your horse is dead.
Bitter
You
defeat.
landed face down in the dirt. The bitter defeat literally tastes like Badlands sand in the darkness of night. Chill and cold with the night winds.
Very educational. Ashe is taking notes on the fact that he should wear armor in combat.
Wow, incredible.
Yes.
Forward thinker here. A Duragar lies just next to you. He's also on the ground, but unlike you, he seems to be struggling to stay alive. Technically, that's something you do all the time, but his struggle seems to be more immediate rather than...
Correct. Having, defeated the foe, Ashe will stand. I mean, he didn't defeat it, but having the foe being defeated, Ashe will stand and proceed to. Wait, can I knock him out?
Yes.
Can I use a bludgeoning damage attack?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'll do that.
Get advantage.
So it's 26.
Yep. He's unconscious now. He finishes
All right.
collapsing. Fully collapsed.
And I suppose we're out of initiative, right?
That's correct.
Can I cast Healing Word on Greta so she doesn't die?
Yes.
Sweet.
He shrinks down after about 30 seconds. Back to what one would consider more dwarvenly size. Greta is no longer dying. She is still greatly injured. But she hips up, gets up, does a horse thing, shakes herself off, and looks around. Doesn't see Echo, and she begins headbutting Gizmo.
What, is that her way of being angry? Does she need more healing?
She
how's
got
her health
8
doing?
healing. The 7 rolled on accident. This is got an 8. I don't know how much health she has altogether.
The answer to that question is 11 hit points.
All right, she's good with 8.
I'm glad that you get to make that decision and not her.
I say that because I have Cure Wounds as well, so I was trying to decide if I should cast, Cure Wounds as well, but I think Greta is okay with 8. So you're right. My decision is no more spells, but Cotton can do whatever she wants.
You know what? I'll cast Healing Word at first level instead of second, and hopefully get her up enough. 5 more.
Okay, that's full healing.
Yeah.
So Ashe is going to manacle up the dwarf. He's got some manacles, so he's gonna apply them.
Okay.
And then he's going to be checking the dwarf's body for loot and so forth. And he's also, he's going to disarm the dwarf as well.
So you don't consider his hammer loot? I see.
I don't know. Depends on if that's lootable.
Yes.
Okay. I certainly
absolutely.
take his weapons. Yeah, right.
When you touch the hammer,
Uh-oh.
you take 9 points of damage.
Right.
Do you keep holding onto the hammer?
I cast it as far away as possible.
It's a hammer.
What kind of damage did I mean? This could be a
Psychic
Thor
damage.
moment. Psychic damage. Okay.
You heft that hammer away.
I mean, I can make a strength saving throw or something if you want. See how far it goes.
No, you throw it a sufficient distance away.
Ashe is into the task of trying to see how far he can throw this thing.
He has a set of rusty, not particularly well maintained plate mail and shield. You've given up on the hammer. He's got a backpack and a scroll case. He also has a pouch with 20 silver pieces and 200 copper pieces at his belt.
You get that written in the chat thing? I can start transferring things. If you just copy
Ashe, hold on. Maybe we should talk to him first.
Copy it from where? I'm having to make this up as I go. I didn't write down.
That's right, Lyra. I am giving him, manacling him, trying to disarm him, and hopefully he'll be amenable to talking when he wakes up.
Did anybody understand the language she spoke?
I certainly didn't.
I think I know Undercommon, so no.
Did you say you do know Undercommon?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Do you know Dwarven?
No.
Okay, then you don't understand anything he said, or anything that's written. All right, so poorly maintained plate mail, shield, backpack, scroll case.
What's inside the backpack? Anything?
Can I finish writing? Conorhughes.
I should be enthusiastic. Obviously, I want to know. I'm curious. Dying to know over here. The loot.
He also has a crumpled note in his pocket that is written on a sort of dark brownish paper.
It's written in Dwarven, or it's written in a language we don't understand?
No language understood. Inside the backpack is a cooking kit, a small pillow, a small bedroll, a writing kit, so like quill, paper, ink, and a sort of telescopic device. They're basically telescopic binoculars.
Ashe takes up the binoculars and shows them to Gizmo. This looks like your kind of gag.
So we'll take a look at what can I discern about these binoculars.
They are binoculars that you can adjust the level of distance they see based on how far you telescope them.
Wow,
That'd be useful.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, that hammer, dangerous. Don't touch it. I think we should, if we want to pick it up, we need to somehow pick it up without touching it.
So,
Didn't you throw it?
Yes, but it did not feel good. Did not feel good.
so Gizmo will cast Comprehend Languages and take a look at the note.
Oh, clever girl. All right, I'll buy that.
Now you have to figure out what the note says.
No, I actually know what the note says.
Okay.
The note says, Horik, do not return. You have lost your honor.
Okay.
Your former mistress.
Man, guys are the same everywhere, huh? All right. Gizmo's going to go look at that hammer without touching it to see if he can figure out, anything at all about it.
Make a... I'm gonna have to look this one up. First, it's an Arcana check. Let's start with that, because I know that. And then you need to make a stone cunning check, which once was its own thing, but now it is a history check. Okay, this hammer is imbued with a sort of deeply cursed psychic energy attached to its wielder. As long as the wielder lives, the hammer will remain cursedly so. It will attack the minds of anything it touches.
So how is it not attaching? Well, okay, never mind. Did you tell us that, Gizmo?
Number 2 is that this hammer,
pass it on.
you've determined this hammer was forged by dwarves. That is the full extent of your knowledge on a 10. The dwarven hammer.
Okay. Is it able to be bagged without causing this cursed damage?
Describe to me how you would bag it without touching it.
Well, we're on a sandy beach, right?
Correct.
So I would drag the mouth
Well,
of
you're
the bag.
not. You're a distance away from the beach, but yes, you are in the middle of a sort of desert badlands.
Okay, so if I can drag underneath it and the soft dirt allows me to scoop under it, fantastic. If not, I'll have to go get some rocks or sticks or whatever and push it directly with those.
Make an athletics check.
I'll help him.
Okay. Make an athletics check with advantage.
There's the first one. Good thing I got
that
advantage.
2 would have been very bad.
Wow, we
That's
suck at
also
this.
pretty bad. You two try to scoop it in there, and then both of you accidentally touch it when you both fall into each other and land on the hammer in a sort of comedy routine. And you both take 4 points of damage as you're both like, ah! It's very One Ring to Rule Them All-ish when like Frodo touches the ring and he suddenly winces. And, he gets an image of Sauron in his mind. That's exactly what's happening to you. But instead of Sauron, you're just experiencing lethal, cursed hatred.
All right.
However, you do get the bag over it, and now you've stuffed it into a bag. Now, was there anything in this bag?
No, it's just an empty bag.
Is there a bag on your character sheet that says that it doesn't have anything in it?
Let me have
Well, now this backpack.
Pretty sure I have a bag.
You're gonna stuff it into his backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to take out the writing utensils and
Okay.
put it in my inventory unless someone else wants them.
So if you go for anything else that's in that bag, it will also.
What else was in the bag?
I don't remember, Connor. Jesus,
so
I was
it
so
has
We
to
found
be-
the telescope. We found the telescope.
Yes,
No,
the
it's okay.
binocular telescopes.
The writing
All right,
utensils.
so I had to put it in saddlebag.
Okay,
The uninfused saddlebag.
very well. It's now in a saddlebag.
Okay.
From now on, I have to note that you guys are going to actually loot things and write down in the beginning of On the Tabletop. I wrote down the loot table of everything that you could ever encounter. You guys didn't loot anything for over a year. And now Connor's like, not only do I loot him, I loot the things that I've looted off of him. I want to know what's inside the things that I've looted. And I'm like,
Did we not loot anything?
Name one thing you've ever looted in this game. Ever. Besides
This game-
I
taking...
remember like asking to loot and they didn't have anything.
Yes,
We haven't really
they're
killed
coins
anything.
off of dead. That's because the things you kill are like flying succubus that have
Yeah, we
no...
haven't killed anything. We killed that.
The
we
only
killed
thing
that
you ever
tree.
looted was piles and piles of money.
We looted
Right.
Blackhand, but he didn't have anything on him.
That's true.
Yeah.
He had a key to his treasury, which you never made your way to.
Right.
It's not like we didn't try.
We did try.
So from now on, Connor, I apologize. I've been really snippy and shitty about it. I will have a full loot smorgasbord prepared for anything you might face, and I will copy paste it for you.
I just figured it,
A charcuterie board of loots.
okay.
Isn't Ashe like almost dead again since he took like 13 damage since I healed him?
Ash has got eight health. Like, Ash is very, very seriously wounded. He's got an extremely pounding headache where he's nearly about to collapse. I guess Ash in the meantime will lay on hands himself.
Ash
Okay.
learns not to touch random.
In the midst of trying not to laugh out loud at the two bumping into each other and falling on the hammer, Lyra will cure wounds on Ashe too.
All right.
Why does it keep rolling twice?
So I got 12.
You got 12.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Lyra. That guy, that hammer, it means business. I think White Knuckle will be interested in what this thing could do.
You should warn him so he doesn't also get hurt.
That seems prudent. And wise.
Oh. He touches it and instantly dies.
Otherwise,
It was level 1. That's a strong possibility.
Yeah.
I have a pair of. No, I don't have anything. Do we have any robes? Does anybody have any robes to wrap it in?
Robes?
Robes, cloth,
What, the hammer?
or is it in the backpack now?
It's in the
It's in a saddlebag.
The saddlebag. Gotcha.
So it's fine where it is. Unless
Okay.
you want it, but it's
No, I don't want it. No.
It's in a bag already. It's taken care.
I vote we stop touching it.
I very much vote that way as well. Will we bring him back to our camp and then try and talk to him?
Yeah, we've never done that before. Let's let's interrogate him. We know, so Gizmo passes on what he read on the note, so that gives us a little bit of perhaps leverage or bargaining or just talking points with this guy.
So on top of the manacles, I think I'm gonna rope him up as well. And
Okay.
Somebody
got
bring
that-
him up with as
he's
little
got
hit
that-
points as you can in case he attacks us again.
Should we gag him? Are there spells that are like verbal only, no components?
I mean,
Yeah,
he
there are
can
plenty of
turn
verbal only spells. Several
was
of them are
able to-
used for escaping things.
right.
All right, let's gag him up too.
He will be
Okay.
able to answer all of your questions.
And also bind his hands.
Maybe
You
bind his
have
hands.
manacled him. How much more binding do you...
Well-
let me ask you a question. What is the difference between manacling someone and binding their hands? Explain that to me.
Okay, so with manacles, your wrists are bound,
Yeah.
but your fingers are not. And I
Okay.
assume fingers are an important part of casting spells.
Your ability to move your hands is part of somatic opponents. So if your
Okay.
wrists are bound, you can't cast somatic opponents.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying
Maybe
to work.
if you guys wanted to talk to him, we shouldn't gag him. Because it's more just talking at him at that point.
Well,
Yeah, but it gives us the starting point. We can set the parameters before we ungag him.
All right.
just bear in mind, I mean, he can enlarge himself, so even when bound and gagged, he could still be dangerous.
I'm aware.
Yeah, because we can take the gag off easily enough.
Don't give
He
him a lot of
seems
hit
like-
points. Like, bring him back, but with like 1.
I guess unless we want to do this here, I'd like to go back and at least equip some chainmail if we're going to be talking to him in case he does
Alright.
escape our.
Then
Sounds
let's
good.
go back.
How are you moving him with you?
Ashe will carry him.
Okay.
Want me to make a check for that?
No?
No one tosses the dwarf, but sometimes people carry them.
Okay. Just making sure. As you return to your campsite, your fire has gone out. It's difficult to see around the campsite because you place it in a depression. But as you gaze out at the beach, you can see that there are dozens of figures floating a few inches above the water. They are pale and transparent. I hesitate to use the word ghostly, but they are. And they have a slight cream color to them, really. It's kind of like if you took the color of the moon and combined it with caramel. It's universal, though. Like, their hair, their skin, their clothes are all the same color. It's tough to tell from this far away because they seem to be 50, 60 feet out from the beach, and you're also some distance from the beach. But they definitely notice you and turn their heads creepily towards you as their bodies float around. In some cases, their heads are backwards, facing towards you as they float away from you.
I think Lyra stops walking forward.
Make a perception check, Lyra.
Okay. Five. Wow. I don't
Yeah.
like the D&D Beyond thing anymore.
Wow, I'm just gonna blame the D&D Beyond for your failures.
Well,
see.
I think I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 3 in a row.
That's fine. Look, I'm not judging you for blaming D&D Beyond for your failures. I'm just pointing out that you're blaming D&D Beyond for your failures.
This is true.
What do you do?
What is
I
that?
thought we were waiting for a reaction for this perception roll. Okay.
But I mean, if we don't step forward, are these ghostly figures still coming towards us?
They are not strictly coming towards you. They look towards you, but they float in every direction between the rock breakers along the beach. Some of them do float quite close to your section of the beach, but it is as if they can only go as far as the water. So, like, the water will go up on the beach, and one of them will float with it, and then it'll go backwards, and they'll be dragged as if they're being pulled backwards by the water.
Can I roll to see if I know what this is?
You make a religion
What they
check.
are?
Sure.
Can I also help? Oh, I don't have that. So
17.
These are the ghosts of the dead. No one has ever buried them, and no one has ever mourned or consecrated them, so now they have become horrifying visages of undeath. Can you make an Arcana check?
Me?
Yes.
Oh. I can't make a good one.
Yes, but I just need you to make one.
12.
There's something about them. You're not sure. There's something about the way that they're moving.
These are the spirits of the dead that were never put to rest, but there's something different about these ones.
I wonder, I mean, they do seem to be attached to the tide, or at least the waves or something. I wonder if there's any way to release them, you know, give them the peace that they need. I'm not the religious type. I don't know if I can do that. So I'm actually seeing what Lyra says about that.
Do I know any ways to release the dead once they haven't been buried?
Well, burying them would be a
Well,
good start. Number
If we
two,
found their bodies, we could bury them.
you could offer a prayer for their souls. There are also several spells that will allow you to banish or otherwise put to rest ghosts. You know that if they are attacked with enough energy, or magical weapons, they will eventually dissipate. That won't destroy them. They'll be back after a time, but
I'll
But these are ghosts, like dangerous ghosts, not just harmless apparitions.
explain to me the difference between a ghost and a ghost.
Well, Gizmo just knows that if a ghost attacks you, it's pretty dangerous, situation to be in.
Well,
So I mean,
then what you know is that if a ghost attacks you, it's a pretty dangerous situation to be in.
okay, all right.
I'll take a few steps forward and offer them a prayer of Wellwind.
Are you
to
moving?
ease their souls.
You're moving towards the beach then, towards
A little
these
bit, yeah.
creatures. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
far from the group, though.
Can you make a
So
wisdom
is-
saving throw real quick?
Ashe is going to join her,
Sure.
and Ashe is going to stay within 10 feet of her.
Well, I only moved like a few steps up.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we're like close enough to each other where you are within 10 feet of me.
Gizmo's going to build his Eldritch Cannon.
Got a 15.
And
Plus
I
whatever
need,
Ash's bonus is.
Ashe, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as well.
Yeah, so it's +3.
Sure.
I'm telling that to Cotton.
Okay. The two of you approach within 20 to 30 feet of the shore. The ghosts begin to gather in large numbers. There are probably a dozen of them floating there. Now that you're closer, you get a pretty good look at them. They're wearing something akin to like togas for some of them, who seem to be a little better off. Others are wearing the kind of sturdy field hand equipment that you would expect, like durable wear that you would expect from someone who has to get down on their knees and like pull weeds out and seed a farm or something like that. None of them have any visible wounds, which is a little unusual for ghosts, since they normally have a very obvious way that they've died.
Seems like they might have drowned, taken by the sea. Do you think perhaps they were settlers? People trying to stay here?
It could have been. Did they react when I offered them a prayer?
Make a religion check to make that prayer. What are you saying? You're just saying, praise Wellwind?
I'm gonna say, Wellwind, please help these poor souls and guide them into an afterlife.
Very well.
23.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you passed this roll.
I think we're all glad.
Yeah.
As you offer this prayer,
I'm super glad.
there go from dozens to hundreds of ghosts over just a few seconds. The front two ghosts remain in place as the rest of them create a sort of hemispherical amphitheater. They each move to be about 10 feet away from these ghosts, and each ghost gestures to one of you. The two ghosts who are forward, one of them gestures to Lyra, the other gestures to Ashe. The moon's light has suddenly become bright and full, even though it was but a quarter moon a few moments ago.
I'm gonna
How far are we from them now?
About 20 feet for you, 30 feet for Ashe, since he said he's staying 10 feet behind.
Well, okay. Saying I was staying within 10 feet of her. I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Okay. There are a metric fuck ton of ghosts all around you.
Like, are they literally all around us?
I mean, the visible ghosts that you can see are what show. Like, let's assume that Divine Sense gives you a HUD, right? And you can see minimap pings. What you can see and what the minimap pings are one-for-one overlap. You're getting a lot of undead ghostly pings in a cone in front of you.
Okay.
I guess
But
I'll
no-
walk a little bit closer.
Okay. The figure continues gesturing, beckoning for you to come closer.
Who
Ashe
are
is
you?
definitely staying
people?
closer to her.
It opens its mouth. It doesn't speak. It opens its mouth. Doesn't move, but you hear a sort of but there's also the sound of like a warm summer breeze that goes with it.
Guess I'll get a little bit closer and try to inspect them.
Okay. I mean, they're ghosts. They're translucent. They're slightly cream colored.
But are they like the ones in togas, or are they like field worker ones?
The one that is gesturing to Ashe is a toga one, and the one that is gesturing to Lyra is a field hand. She's a young woman. Looks like maybe she's in her early 20s. She's got a fanny pack that you can see some like weeds are coming out of.
Ashe is going to step forward and address the one beckoning him and say,
How close are you getting?
side by side with Lyra.
Okay. The water is lapping dangerously close to your feet as you continue to move towards the beach.
How can we help you move on?
The man that you're facing goes, and with it comes a sort of smell of a ripe vineyard.
Do I recognize the smell?
It smells like a ripe vineyard.
Okay.
I'll get a little bit closer and say, "Do you know where your body is?"
As you get closer,
Don't get too close.
it
I'm
holds
not
its
that
hand
close.
out. It's right at the edge of the beach, holding its hand towards you.
So that's Gizmo saying, "You don't get too close, guys." I mean,
So
there's still ghosts.
We haven't talked about what Gizmo's doing. Are you like all the way back at camp, like watching all this happen?
I was creating my Eldritch Cannon, the Protector, and
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on the prisoner.
Okay, so you're not moving any closer to the situation.
I'm
Understood.
not.
Okay. All right. The ghost. Every time you ask them a question, they open their mouths and make an owing noise.
I get a gut feeling from Whirlwind.
I mean, you offered a prayer to Wellwind and this happened. Your gut feeling is that
Oh, so I think. Do I have
you have a
I
feeling
offered
that
prayer to
whatever's happened,
Wellwind.
you caused this.
Do I think it's good or not?
You may make a untyped wisdom check to find out more, or an insight. Let me figure out which one it is. I always get this mixed up, but it is an option that exists. You may make a wisdom check to get a gut feeling about what course of action to follow. Wisdom only, no insight. 14. You believe that Wellwind has sent you here to this moment to help these people, and that you should take their hand.
I take her hand.
Okay? What do you do, Conorhughes? Ashe Heiral, Prince, Paladin,
Of course,
man who's
Ashe.
a little afraid of undead.
Ashe moves forward and says, if Lyra feels this is the correct course of action, she has his confidence and follows her in trying to help these ghosts.
Okay, so you say that as if Lyra is third person rather than the person you're talking to. And then you grasp this ghost's hand, and the ghosts begin to gently tug and pull you into the water, as if they are children wanting you to walk with them. Gizmo, you're watching this shit from back up in the camp. Your friends are holding hands with ghosts, and their ghosts are trying to pull them into the water. It's very sinister looking to you.
How far away are they?
60 feet.
I mean, I've already called out to them that I don't think they should be doing it. So I guess I'm going to have to shoot the distance. I mean, I and my Eldritch Cannon will start moving towards them.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Freaking frack. Scooby. This. Sorry, hold on. Core stats. Wisdom.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. All right. The two of you feel that it is right to go down into this water. You feel that it is your duty, that a god wishes for this to happen. Then you hear a scream and turn, as Gizmo ages 20 years. Then he turns and runs back over the hill and huddles by the fire.
Okay.
The ghosts seem surprised, but continue to pull you towards the water. They want you to come with them into the water surf.
And I believe this is what Wellen wants me to do, right?
You believe that this is what Wellman wants you to do.
I will follow the ghost.
Ashe,
Nice
what do
knowing you
you
guys.
Gizmo is now huddling, frightened by the fire. 20 years have been added to his face. Please, speaking of, please mark down that you're now 20 years older. You have physically aged 20 years. You got the, you can feel it in your shoulders already. You think that maybe when you wake up tomorrow morning, when you roll out of bed, there might be some knee stiffness.
I'm glad I'm a gnome. I can spare 20 years.
I mean,
yeah, that's...
Okay, what a positive attitude to have towards being 20 years closer to death. Sure.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Ash will offer up a prayer to Guzang Guz,
Yeah.
saying, if it is your will, I will follow Lyra. And
Make a
help these
religion check.
ghosts." All right. Wouldn't even wait for my prayer. Jeez. All right, I got 10.
Okay. There's no answer.
Mm-hmm.
Finish that
Ashe.
prayer, though.
Ash follows Lyra.
Okay. Gizmo, make a wisdom saving throw. Nope. No.
Very
Nope,
concerned for Gizmo right now.
Gizmo's just screaming in the corner.
Okay. Yeah. So the two of you continue to walk out into the cool water of the breakers, which drops your body temperature immensely immediately. It's actually gonna get freezing cold. You're weighed down, Ashe, by the chainmail you've put on as they continue to walk you down into hip deep water, and now they want to split you so that one of you goes on one side of a rock and one of you goes to the other, and they're taking you deeper down into the water. All of the ghosts, hundreds of them, have surrounded you and are now moving as one with you as your ghosts continue to lead you by hand into the water. If you take too many more steps, first off, they are pulling you away from each other to go around this rock. And second, they are leading you to like a little cliff drop off where you're going to drop under the water.
That's a whole lot of blind faith, guys.
Wait to hear what you were saying, Cotton.
Ash, can you swim?
Can I swim?
Yes, swimming is an athletics check. Normally you'd have advantage on it, but I think your chainmail might slow you down underwater. At the very least, cleaning the seawater out of this chainmail is going to be a real bitch.
Well, the way it works is I think you have half movement speed underwater.
Correct.
If you can walk along the bottom, at least.
I mean,
I
that's
can
not going to
swim.
stop this chainmail from rusting in the seawater, but okay.
It's oiled up. I keep it well maintained.
It's about to take a bath, so... Are you going? Are you separating from each other around this rock? Are you holding the hands of your ghosts and dunking yourself deep into seawater? I like this picture, by the way. I actually really love it.
Thanks.
Got a kind of aurora presence to it.
Yeah, that's the glow layer I added just now. Ash is looking to Lyra to take her cue. This is her god. He thinks of this as the will of her god, and being that her god is of the sea, as far as I know. And I can swim, but not for very long.
Then you should be very careful. Lyra's gonna go with her ghost, though.
Okay. I see you're filled with faith. Ashe?
Ash goes.
Each of you is pulled away from the other And as you round this giant dragon's tooth of a rock, you delve into the dark waters. And you find that you can breathe water. As you go underneath the water, the ghosts are no longer 10, 20 feet away from you. When you go underwater, they follow you there, and they are all around you. You are passing through them. As your vision comes to adjust, you realize that you now have dark vision temporarily, Lyra. And Ashe, you've always had it. But your vision is specific. You can see the ghosts. No matter how deep it is, you realize you can see all of the ghosts around you as long as you're holding on to your ghost. And the ghosts are in a path like a river under the water, leading you somewhere. As your ghosts continue to tug you along, other ghosts pass through you all the time. It's horrifyingly frightening. They all seem to want to come to meet you and are like bouncing off of each other to make their way to you and pass through you. After several minutes of walking along the bottom in the black, silty darkness, you find your way to the end of the Ghost River Sea, where there is a small temple, still intact, perhaps 200 feet offshore, at a great depth, 100 feet or more. Surely, a human could not normally make it down to this depth unaided, but as long as you hold on to your ghosts, you're perfectly fine. You can see that this temple is like Roman colonnaded, visages of horrifying creatures, gargoyles, succubuses, fiends of all kinds. Their heads mark the edge of the temple everywhere. At every corner there is a gargoyle, and at every entranceway between the colonnades there is another fiendish monster. Sort of amphitheater set up. As you walk up the temple stairs, you must walk back down the levels as it goes out 5 feet and then down and out 5 feet and then down to a simple altar that reminds you very similarly of the one you saw at the prison of Aelberod King. A sort of raised altar structure with weird infernal writing and 4 braziers around it. Now that you are here, the ghosts dissipate and then reappear on all of the stone slabs all around. Now there is plenty of space between each of them because these stone slabs are all like 5 by 5 foot squares, and they sit next to each other, but there's like 3 or 4 feet behind each of them. But still, there is enough space in here to accommodate the hundreds of them and still leave plenty of space for others to stand behind them. And you've arrived in a holy place underneath the water, Lyra and Ashe. The ghosts await. The ghosts you were holding on to dissipate and reappear in the crowd.
They wait?
Yep. You get down here and they just wait.
Can we read any of the stuff on the temple?
Do you speak Infernal?
Nope.
Nope.
I think Lyra just kind of looks at Ashe.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something. So this looks like the prison of Aelberod altar.
Altar, yes, with the 4 braziers around it.
The one that I consecrated?
Correct.
Does it feel unconsecrated?
Does this, you're asking if this feels unhallowed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we still holding on to our ghosts?
No, your ghosts have dissipated. You still okay. Have ghost sight, so you can see all ghosts around you, and you can still breathe underwater.
I think we've been taken here for a reason. We have to find a way to release these spirits.
Maybe we have to Do you want me to make the ground holy again? I'll like look at some of the ghosts. See
The
if they
ghosts sit
responded on.
silently, watching.
Right. But it feels desecrated.
Yep.
Wait, sorry. So desecrated meaning I thought
Unholy.
Desecrated is like it's bad.
Evil.
to me. Okay, so to me desecrated.
Consecrated is like church grounds.
Yes.
Desecrated is if someone like defiled the church grounds with evil church stuff.
You believe that you
means-
could not summon Echo here. It would be impossible. She would bounce off of the unholy shield.
Mm-hmm. I think it best if you do consecrate these grounds, and then perhaps we can try and enter.
I don't remember if I consecrated the grounds or dispelled magic before.
To release Echo.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think dispel magic.
I think it was dispel magic.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I can't even learn consecrate. That's why it's not on my spell list yet. I dispelled the magic last time then, probably. But I don't have it prepared right now, because I was getting ready to rest.
I could take some moment to try and prepare something that might be of use as well.
Dispel magic?
No.
Oh.
I could prepare some holy water.
Okay. You're
Maybe.
in seawater, so
We're in seawater, so
plenty of water all around.
everything becomes holy.
No, it is a very specific amount of. How do you prepare the holy water?
No, I can't. I'd have to prepare the spell first.
I see.
I could take some time. We could get ready.
I could attempt to cast Remove Curse, but I don't know if it'll do the same as Dispel Magic.
Okay, so a paladin or cleric may create holy water by performing a special ritual. It takes 1 hour, uses 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver, and requires you to expend a first level spell slot. You could cast Remove Curse, is a thing you could do. Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, what are you targeting Remove Curse on?
I think she's just gonna put her hands on the temple.
Okay.
Like the floor wherever she's standing, you know.
Alright, you're putting your
Try to
hands
remove
on the
curse
floor.
each temple.
Just to be clear.
Well, probably I don't remember where I dispelled the magic last time. I think it was on just the area itself. I don't know. The part that looks the most cursed. Maybe the altar.
So is it the floor or the altar?
Oh.
I do this thing sometimes. Listen, I want to tell a quick story about play-by-post. There's this one time I was running a play-by-post, and a group of players started a secret conspiracy group. And then they were like, hey, we want to make our secret conspiracy group real in the fiction. How do we do that? And I said to them, are you sure? And I never heard from them again. Apparently, simply asking, are you sure, freaked them out so much that they simply backed away from months of planning. So when I ask you, do you want to put the curse anywhere? And then I go on the ground, and you're like, oh, the altar of the ground? I don't know. Where do you want to put it?
You know what?
It's not
I
that
like-
complicated.
In my head, she kneeled down and put it on the ground, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that. And regret it if it's the wrong choice.
Okay. Ash, what are you doing when she kneels down to the ground?
I can't help her with this, right? This is like specifically a spell that she can
It
do.
is a
She's doing-
spell.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know what she's casting. You just know that she's kneeling down on the ground and putting her hands out.
I mean, Ash is going to intently watch the altar to see if anything changes.
Okay. As you dispel remove curse on the ground, the ghosts begin from the ones closest to you, from your two ghosts. They disappear. Then the bottom layer of the amphitheater, each layer disappears in turn, and the altar shatters. It splits in half, and from the altar float something like a ring or a brooch that you could what is it called? Not a corsage, cravat, or like a tie clip, something you could hook onto something floats towards you. It's like a ring with a shield emblazoned on it, and also a small stone. It's hard to tell because you're 100 feet underwater and the moonlight doesn't reach you here. Even your dark vision is a little help, because dark vision can't see colors. There is this thing is a colored gem, you just can't tell what color or what type of gem it is. They both float towards you.
If light is dissipating, Ashe will begin to cast light on, I guess, his shield.
Okay. What once was a glowing bastion of pale moonlighted cream ghosts is now just like a creepy underwater temple grave, but that feeling of evil has left you.
Can I just take the little sash that's on my character art, so I think it counts, of yellow from my hip, and just like scoop up the stuff that was floating to us?
Okay, you scoop up a small stone and a sort of brooch with a shield on it. And you're putting it where?
I'm like making a little bag out of like a bandana.
Okay. What do you do now?
I think we should go up before we can't breathe anymore.
Do you say that?
To Ashe?
Yes.
Well, she's kind of like...
Okay.
I don't think she's tested opening her mouth, and I don't want to...
That's correct.
She's gonna stop pointing up.
Ashe nods if she considers the job done. Then
I don't know if she considers the job done, but she's very worried about Ashe drowning.
Well, then Ashe proceeds to go back up.
I will go up as well.
Can both of you make athletics checks real quick?
Got a 9 or a 7.
I have an 11. Can I just walk all the way back up?
Yes. As you reach the shoreline, you spit out the seawater in your lungs. And you both go as you begin vomiting from all of the sea salt that still remains in your lungs.
I would like to point out, Lyra would not have tested that ability because she can hold her breath indefinitely.
I'll buy that. Except
So I don't know if...
remove curse requires a verbal spell.
Oh, does it? Yeah, no.
So
okay.
you would have had to blub during that particular moment.
That's fair.
Both of you vomit seawater and salt out of your lungs, but you're otherwise fine. Gizmo is curled up by the side of the fire, looking aged, grabbing his knees. It seems as if your companion is not awake again. You're not sure how long you were down there for. It feels like it could have been hours, but by the movement of the now quarter moon, it seems like maybe it was only minutes.
Gizmo, are you okay?
Gizmo has a streak of silver hair that he didn't have before.
Ooh, wow, he looks dope as fuck now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Is he still
gonna get all the ladies? Oh yes, yeah, he's definitely aged 20 years for sure.
Is that a curse? Like, is Gizmo of right mind yet?
Yes, you are now that your friends are here.
Okay, so was I cursed or frightened, or Gizmo's trying to figure out what the hell happened to him?
Make a religion check.
Okay.
If he said that out loud, asking if it was a curse or whatever, can I also make a religion check to try and figure out what happened to him?
Yes.
Here comes mine. I got 17.
You have been subject to the age-sucking powers of a ghost. It can be reversed with a greater restoration spell, but only in the next 23.5 hours.
Oof. Greater restoration. Is that beyond your ability, Lyra?
It is a 5th level spell.
I cannot do that. I can give you a lesser restoration and hopefully take off a year.
No.
can't delay the effect? Okay.
Well, we could attempt to rush back to town and see if the mage in the tower can do it.
Yeah.
You are
We
a
have
day and a half away from town, I believe, right?
That's the rush part.
Well,
Is that a greater restoration though? Is that divine or arcanic spell? It's divine spell, right?
It can be cast by bards, clerics, druids. So it would appear to be a religious spell rather than a arcane spell.
Oh, we never asked what the guy in the tower was. He could be a bird.
Yeah, he might be. I think as much of a shock as it would be, I mean, Gizmo's, he's a long-lived fellow. I mean, no one wants to throw away 20 years. I mean, if we want to try to make the trek back, we can, but I don't know that we've even met anyone more powerful than Lyra in terms of divine might.
We've come to know each other well enough, Gizmo, where I would prefer you to see you live 20 years longer than rather than shorter.
Ashe, you are now freezing. If you continue to wear soaking wet clothing over seawater infused chainmail, you're going to freeze to death in the next few hours.
All right. Ashe will be noting that and restarts the fire that we had going.
Yes. Fire never went out, but sure.
I thought it did. You said
I thought Gizmo put that thing back together. Maybe not.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did.
I don't remember.
No, I didn't.
All right, the fire's out. It's cold as F. What are you using to light the fire again, Ashe?
I've got a tinderbox.
Was that tinderbox on you when you went into the water?
Yes.
Well, I have great news for you. A wet tinderbox. Not...
I have a tinderbox that I keep in my backpack that I probably didn't take to go fight the dwarf.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Or Gizmo can use his. He's dry.
He's dry. All right, you spark it. It takes 1 minute to get it going, but you have a fire again. As you light the fire, you realize that your good friend,
Mr. Dwarf,
still unconscious.
All right. So do we know? Is it possible on Greta and Echo to make it back to town in less than a day?
No.
We don't know, or it's not possible.
You know it is not possible.
Okay.
So I would just we left probably mid morning, and then we traveled for I guess 7 hours.
Traveled for a full 8 hours. It's now the middle of the night. It's like 4 a.m.
So we could totally make it back to town within a day, within 8 hours of travel. Correct? We are 8 hours away from town, so I assume
you will have exhaustion in the process.
Well, of course, yeah. I'm just
which
saying
means that
time...
you will make rolls at Look, it's possible. It's just going to be difficult, very difficult.
But it will take us 8 hours to get back to town. Is my question.
So it only takes us 8 hours to get back to town?
Yes, I believe so.
If we rested for 8 hours and then left to town for 8 hours, we would have plenty of time to get Gizmo fixed.
Right.
If the guy can even fix it.
Yeah,
that was my plan exactly.
You have not seen him cast any spells beyond a first level illusion.
Right. We're gonna hope he's got something, and perhaps he can take a look at this brooch and ring. I don't know.
Very well. Is this the plan?
Even though it's not a great plan, it's better than no plan. You miss all the shots you don't take.
That's not. That sounds like something I would say, but it's not true.
I thought I was under the impression every single thing you said was true. That's how DMing works, right?